Hello and welcome to the new tutorial from the SketchUpArchStudio. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can create some exterior design with the SketchUp. So let's get to work. First of all, I will start my job with the rectangle tool. So I'm going to click on the rectangle and draw some rectangle in here with some dimension about 6 to 6. And I will use the extrude option, press Ctrl on my keyboard and extrude this face, very simple and easy, about 3.4 meter. If I want to repeat this job, I only need to double click on this face and another 3.4 meter will update it for me. So I can move this part of my job a little bit to the outside, some number about 2 meter. And this one, for example, 2 meter again. Or I can press Ctrl Z on my keyboard, press Ctrl and re-extrude my face like that and move some another extra face in here like this. As you can see, doing these jobs in SketchUp very simple and easy. Now I want to create the exterior design of this house, but I don't know how. So I will start my job with selecting these lines together. For selecting some multi-lines in SketchUp, you need to click on one of these lines, press Ctrl or hold Ctrl on your keyboard and select another line in here. So I will click on the move option, click on the Ctrl on my keyboard and take another copy to some place like that and another copy something like this, about 1 meter. Now I can click on the push or pull option and extrude this face a little bit, about 0.4 meter and another face about 0.3 meter. So this is the first detail of our house and I want to reduce the extrude point of this face about 1.4. So this face color is different from this one. So for making the equal color for all of them, I can select my main and targeted face, right click and click on the reverse faces in here. Now you have your original face and it's really good. Till now, if this video is useful for you, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for your watching. Let's get to continue this job. If I want to save this job, I need to press Ctrl S on my keyboard and save it on my documents. So I can select, for example, desktop and save the file name about, for example, exterior design in SketchUp 2023 and press save. You can change the save date and save version from the save as type from the 2023 to some type of versions like SketchUp 3. So you can use the escape normal and press save. Right now I will continue my 3D modeling. So I'm going to click on the rectangle option in here, draw the rectangle like this. But as you can see, it's not work for it. So I will convert all of these drawings to the group. And right now I can create some separated face in here. Click on the push or pull and push this face a little bit, maybe some type of console about 4 meter. As you can see, something like that, and move it a little bit to this part of my job, about 0.8 meter. And from this place, 0.8 meter again. So everything is good for me right now. I want to create my console and my windows. So console is one of the important elements in architectural design and architectural rendering because it helps you to create some immersive two-point perspective renders in your job. I will click on the offset and add some offset to my job with some thickness about 0.3. It means 30 centimeter from each side. And now I can click on the push or pull and push it to the back side, some number about 3.8. And this is my console right now. I can click on it and convert it to the group another time. I can click on the rectangle. So as a matter of fact, we need many type of windows for these part of our job. but very simple. I can create some windows with some dimension about 2.8 meter to the, for example, 1 meter, something like that. The main length of our job is some number about 9 meter. If you want to tag your lengths in the SketchUp, you need to click on the dimension tool in here and select this part to this part like that, and it's the 9 meter. I will click on it, convert it to the component, and type in the definition window and modern. So I will create it in here and press Ctrl on my keyboard, take 8 copies. So I take my first copy. For taking other copies, I can type 8x and press enter. As you can see, very simple, we created these type of windows in SketchUp, very simple and easy. For now, I want to add more details in my job. I will click on one of them, click on the offset option in here, and create my first frame, something about 6 centimeter, as you can see. Or you can select these line in here and take another copy on the upside, something about 0.88, and another 6 centimeter copy in here. Use the eraser tool and erase these extra lines in this place. So I will select these two faces in here, click on the move option, and take another imaginary copy on the red axis. So I will select all of them in here, convert them to the another group. Now I can delete these extra faces in here. So my component now have two groups. One group related to the frames and another group related to the glasses. It helps you to manage and classify your job. I want to start my job with the frames in here, so I will extrude them to the backside with some number about 5 centimeter, 0.05 meter, and I will click on it, convert it to the group another time, and move all of them at the same time on the red axis, about maybe 1 meter, something like that. Is really wonderful in detailing. So the SketchUp can create some immersive 3D models for you and your project. I will click on the paint bucket in here and change my category from color named to the glass textures. I will select the glass and mirrors in here, use the blue glass in here, and click on these group, select all the faces, and add my favorite texture. So as you can see, when you create components, all of them will act at the same time about texturing, resizing, scaling, or moving. I will click on the edit bar of my texture and change the RGB channel of my texture's color. 234 for this one, 34 for this one, and another 234 for this one. Something near to the white smoke color can be good, and you can change the opacity of your windows like that. I prefer to use some low opacity because I need some clear, high reflected glasses in my job. I will type 30 for my opacity and press enter. Now I can select this one and move it to this part of my job. Very simple and easy. And now I want to colorize my frame. So I will click on the color named in here and select, for example, Dean Gray in here, open the frames and add my color. As you can see, very simple. Now you can manage your frame's color at the same time, and this is your window glass in here. So your console is done. Now I want to create some super realistic chamfers in my job, in my body. So I will click on this part of my job, select these line, and take another copy to the midpoint. I will use the align option and draw some line like this. And exactly at the other part of my job, very simple, like that, and another one like this. I will select these lines, all of them together, like that. First way for creating chamfers in your SketchUp is that you can take another copy for example in 3 centimeter. As you can see, you create your chamfer. But the better way for professionals is that you can come to this part of your job and draw some small tiny rectangle about, for example, 3 centimeter to 3 centimeter. Select your favorite lines in there. Now you select your pass. So you can use the follow me option in here and select your profile. As you can see, now you have some clear chamfer in this place. So I will do this job and repeat it for this part of my house again. Some rectangle with some dimension about 3 centimeter to 3 centimeter. Select your lines in here like that. Follow me option and something like this. So everything is done for us. Now you can add more details. It completely depends on you. But in this tutorial about the timing, and I really don't want to make you tired, my dear viewers. So I only want to check out some options with you. So this is the first part of my job. Now I will click on this part, add another detail. For example, something like the shadow holder or shelter. Something about 4 centimeter and move it a little bit to the downside. Can make your render much realistic because sometimes renders depends on your SketchUp details. So everything is done for us right now. I want to click on the line option in here. From this midpoint, draw another line like that around this part of my job like this. From here to here. So I can click on this part of my job, like the rectangle, draw some rectangle with some dimension about, for example, 8 centimeter to 8 centimeter. Click on it, take another copy on this part of my job, select this one, delete them, all of them, select your face and your pass, hold shift on your keyboard, deselect your face. Now you only selected your pass. I can click on the follow me and add some type of details like this to your house. It's really worked great when you do this job patiently. So for this place I need some simple exterior wall for my job. So I will draw some wall with some dimension about, for example, 0.2 3.4 and extrude it a little bit like this, for example. Another extrude about 20 centimeter and another extrude to this part of your house. For example, this is your first wall and your second wall related to your door and interior part of your design. I will convert it to the make group in here. For adding more details, you can re-extrude your job to the inside about 4 centimeter like that. Select it, reverse face, and push this part of your job a little bit to the upside, because in the real world we have these type of structures for houses. 3D world and realistic world of architecture and real projects have some little difference between each other. So if you pay attention to these points, you can create some super realistic renders and realistic 3D models. I want to start my job and continue my job with this part of my house. So I will draw some rectangle with some dimension about 3.4, 0.2 and click on it, convert it to the group, select it, move it to this part, click on it and re-extrude it another time. Something about 4 centimeter in here, 2 meter in here, and another, for example, 8 meter in here. I will re-extrude it about 0.2 again, and another extrusion to this part of my job. So I'm gonna extrude to the back side about 4 centimeter from each side, convert it to the reverse face, and extrude it exactly like this one. So I will move my cursor to this part of my job, and now we have these exterior design in here. For this part of my job, I will reduce the height of these walls in here about 8 centimeter. All of these jobs only helps you to create some more detailed 3D models, something like that. And I want to use the offset job, very simple and easy. Offset, and create my door, very simple, about 47 centimeter in offset. As you can see, now I can pro boolean my job, very simple, and move this part of my door a little bit to the back side, about 6 centimeter, and right click, reverse face, and everything is done. So I think it's good right now, and I only want to create my road and my path. So for doing this job, I only need to click on the align option in here and draw some asphalt road from here about 6 centimeter, and another one about, for example, 19 centimeter. I will pick up the tape measure in here and tape it about 2.2, and from this line 2.2 again. Click on the 2-point arc in here and create your main fillet like this. Delete your favorite tape measured lines. Click on these fillet area in here. So in the SketchUp, we only have the segments. In opposite of the other type of softwares like the 3D Studio Max, you use multiple or million type of polygons for your job. In the SketchUp, you have segments. So I will click on the eternity info. As you can see, it's not really smooth. So I will increase my segment from 12 in the eternity info to the 24 segments. Everything is done for me right now. Now I want to use this pass as the follow me option. So I will click on the rectangle in here and draw my rectangle, for example, something like that, but in the downside of my job, like this, about 5 meter, and the thickness is about 30 centimeter. I will test my pass to see how it works. Follow me, and it worked really good. Something like that created and generated for us. So this is our main road in here, and I will convert it to the group in here. So I want to expand this area, but I don't know how. For example, create some side plan, grasses or vegetations. I will use this endpoint and draw my rectangle like this. Don't worry about the size of it. Click on it, scale option, rescale your job like that, and tape measure it from this point, for example, totally about 19 meter, and use the scale to fix it with this point in here. Now I want to delete these curved paths in my job, but I don't know how. So I will select it, move it to the upside. Listen carefully, because this part of tutorial is really important. Move it to the upside, select this one, convert it to the group. Now you need to go to your view and toolbars. In toolbars in SketchUp 2023, you need to activate your sandbox in here. I will check it out and close it and move it to my toolbar view management. We have some important action which is called Drape option. Drape helps you to create some parametric shapes on your physical shape like the face or rectangle. I will click on the drape, select my curve line, and add it to my face. As you can see, it cut it out for you, and now you have exact parts of your job in your 3D cut edges. I will click on the eraser, delete these lines in here, and everything is now completely clear and wonderful. So I will select it, move it to the downside, click on this one, re-extrude my job about, for example, I don't know, maybe 12 centimeter, and add a 12 centimeter for it another time. It's really wonderful detail when you use Lumion or Enscape for rendering these type of jobs, because your area is completely detailed and it works in different type of motor renders very wonderful. So I will click on the offset option, use the offset, and create some offset for my edges in the street, about 13 centimeter. And my main extrude is about, I think, something about, for example, 9. I will repeat the offset and extrude level, and this is really great. This is the final thing that we have in here. Or you can sometimes fix this part of your house. For example, you can add some type of garage or parking lot to your job. Very simple and easy. I can select it, add another detail to this part of my job, about 48 centimeter, and move it to the downside, or hold it and add another detail to here. So as you can see, now we completely cover our area. Very simple and realistic. Now I want to create my door frames, but I don't know how. Before I do this work, I will generate another area for myself from here to here. Extrude it to the downside and move it to this place. Select it, select this line in here, and take another copy in this place and move it to the 22 centimeter again, and re-export your job like that. You only covering your area, and when you cover your area, your detailing, rendering, and 3D modeling will be increased immediately. Something like that is really good for our job. And now I want to add my door for the exterior design. I will click on the rectangle in here and move it to this place, convert it to the component, select it, extrude it about 6 centimeter, select these edge in here, and take some multiple copies in the midpoints like that. Very simple and easy. So I have two ways for designing this door. First one related to using the offset option. Second one related to taking some copies for these edges. I prefer to use second way because it's much good detail than the other type of things. 3 centimeter for my detail, a little bit extrude to the inside, maybe about 2 centimeter or 1 centimeter. It completely depends on you. And some detail like that can really make your renders, your doors, your windows, and all of your architecture elements much realistic. So pay attention to these type of points. It takes a little bit time, but be patient because the result is really good. In the offset job, I will add another design about, for example, 6 centimeter, like that, and move it to the downside about 1 or 2. And this is our exterior door in here. I can select it and move it to this part of my house, or move it a little bit to the inside for better and realistic view. Something like that is really great. If you want to make your 3D model much realistic, you can select it, click on the rotate option, and for example, add some little bit rotation. For example, imagine this door has been open. 34 degree can be really good, and Control S, and this is our final result that we have in here. As you see, we created this 3D model very simple and easy, only with the rectangle, without any type of difficult or complicated plugins. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and goodbye.